Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a guide for Roosevelt Forest on Hunting Simulator 2 by showing you most of the locations for all the towers and tents, and all the locations where animals seem to hang out and what time to hunt them. So, let's get straight into this. Alright, just to let you guys know, I was working on a rabbit/hare guide, still am, just have not figured out enough about them yet to really make a video about it. So, hopefully the next video will be about rabbits, so they will not be included in this video. So, okay, first off, when we look at the map, you can see here, move all these, and I can show you where most of the animals seem to hang out. I'll try to use arrows and everything while editing this. So, you want to start down south here, you'll see a ton of moose and everything. Moose and deer. That's about the only thing you're going to see down here. Moose, deer. Actually, there is some bighorn sometimes sitting over here drinking at this lake, so. But the best place to hunt whitetails, I've noticed, is right in here. Is because all you gotta do is, I'd say about 85% of the time, you just walk down this river to that lake, give a few grunt calls with the deer caller, and you should get a response. And they usually travel in groups of 2. You can try the same thing with the moose call. And if you're trying to hunt cougars, then the cougars will be usually traveling across this river, or crossing it. And that's probably the best location for cougars. So, and also, this valley right here is really good for grizzly bear. I've killed like 3 there, but there is a few grizzly bear on this left portion of the map. At least on mine anyway. I don't know if it's the same for everybody's. Assuming it is. But also, if you're into mule deer hunting, I've seen a bunch of mule deer like traveling right in here. And they usually will do this. They'll like travel along here, go around this lake, and then like we'll do like a full loop. It's sort of weird, but that's where I've usually found them. But there's sometimes mule deer over here. Now if you're hunting turkeys and pheasants, right here is the place to be. You're gonna just hear an absolutely ton of them, and there's just so many you can't even count. And that's where you're gonna find a bunch of geese, the ducks. Over here you're gonna find the same thing, geese and ducks. So, and I've also spotted a few rabbits over here, right here. That's where I've seen most of the rabbits that I've killed, is right there along that lake. And the map seems pretty empty down here. You might find a stray fox or something, but the foxes usually hang out right in front of this cabin, just right there. As soon as you walk out, they're going to be giving a ton of calls. So that's pretty much where everything is. Now I'm going to show you some of the weapons to use, and I just found something. Now, for this video, I'm going to be carrying a 308 and a 12 gauge pump action, and it looks like we have a deer over here. Now they'll stay along this river sometimes, it just depends just on the deer, but they're pretty close to where I have my marker. See if we can get one of these. Anyway, when you're carrying the pump action, that's what I'm using for duck hunting, because of the ducks at the lake, of course. But if you're going to be going for land animals, just mainly, I would carry the AR-15 and the 308, or the 338 and the AR-15. Because then you can't kill cougars with the 308. And these deer are not going where I want them to. There's really 2 ways you can go about the deer hunting in this game. You can just run around and start calling, or I'll show you another technique on how I kill most of the animals here. That's a weird looking one. And he should be dead. The other one should go. I don't know where that other one was. And we got a whitetail. It's a young one. Still whitetail though. Now right here with where these rocks are, these rocks right here is where I've killed like 95% of the cougars in this game. You can absolutely, oh, there's a fox over here too. You can absolutely tear them up. And also the foxes, I'm pretty sure, and the bobcats will go for the predator call. Now, if you're calling in a predator, like a cougar or something, and you're expecting to hear a response like the other animals, you won't get one. They'll just start walking towards it and won't do nothing. And they will not give a response. And right here we have moose tracks. Now, it is kind of rare, but you can sometimes see moose traveling along this. I forgot an animal. If you're trying to go for a black bear also, right here, you're going to find pretty much every time you go there, there's probably going to be a black bear. Like, I've never been there without there being a black bear. Sorry about forgetting those. And the fox. Now, where I've killed most of my moose is right over this hill over here. I've sometimes found 2 matures just by themselves. And also, another thing is you want to have the most powerful binoculars that you can buy in this game, because they increase the render distance, and it's really useful because that's how I'm going to be showing you a technique, a hunting technique that actually is pretty realistic. What do we have over here? More moose tracks.
Good job.
So this area is filled with moose and whitetail. I actually haven't killed any other. I haven't killed whitetail in any other spot besides like along this river and over here in this valley. They just don't seem to hang out anywhere else. Over here should be the ducks. And the bighorn, I mean, you can just find them pretty much scattered anywhere on the map, along that river and everything, but I've seen like mostly right in here. And I just realized I brought the beagle and not the Labrador, so can't do that honey, but I can show you the technique that I use, so let me just, once I get there, I will show you guys. Alrighty guys, so I think I've changed my mind. It's such a far walk because I'm so far away at the cabin, but here's what you want to do. You just find one of these mountains, you know, especially this one. This is probably the best one because it's pretty, like, close to the, not close to the center of the map, but it seems to be the tallest. And then this one are really good. For, you want to go up on top of them, just grab a pair of binoculars and just scan everywhere. And then just try to get closer to the animal. Like if you spot them, like, pretty sure you can spot them on the other edge of the map almost. And it's just really useful because you can just see so much from up there. And I mean, that is pretty realistic though. Spot stalk. The only problem with this is that the rifles, they don't have the longest range sights and they don't have any zeroing or anything. So you have to get like 200 yards away from your animal to be able to do that. Which is not always the easiest thing because the animals move fairly quickly in this game. They don't stick around anywhere too long. They'll occasionally feed, but not much. And they're still on the move when they do that, so the best thing to do is try to figure out the distance they are from you and waypoint it or mark it. But it's hard to figure out that distance, so try to use landmarks and mountains to like mark where you think they're close to being at, and then get to that spot and see if you can find the tracks and start tracking them, because they shouldn't be too far away when you do that. What is my dog found? And I'm pretty sure there's a ton of bighorn that hang around this mountain. Like I said, they're pretty much anywhere. That's the only animal that I kind of haven't figured out where they're at. Red fox. Okay, so that mountain is right over there. It even works with this one, and it's not even that tall. You just look over there. There's an elk way out there. What I could do is I could see that tower and try to estimate. Oh, there's 3 elk. Never seen them travel in groups of 3. So I can look on the map. Now I'm assuming they're about that tent. They're on that tent mountain. So what I could do is I would mark it right there for elk. And the elk are pretty much scattered all over the map. Just the same as the bighorn. And then I could try to work my way over there. So I want to get over there. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, as I'm working my way over there, I'm going to try to explain what collars you need to use for this map. Now, this is a really important thing. Now, I've noticed that the calling range is about 217 yards, I'm pretty sure. So if the animal's if the animal's outside of that, they will not come to your call. It might be farther, I'm not for sure, but that seems to be around that. But the animals can call from farther away, and you can hear that, and it'll show you where it's at. But you need just to make sure that they're inside that, so then they'll start coming towards it. I'm trying to get over here. There is a bighorn over here. Little bighorns. Little bighorns. Get one. Those elk seem to be pretty far away. Yeah, nailed him.
Come along.
Also, another thing with some of the animals is, I guess I can help you with the shot placement. Is you kind of want to try to aim. He went in a pretty good spot for this. Always, well, not always. For this game, they don't seem to really have a shoulder blade. So if you aim like right in front of the, right there, you can hit the heart and they'll instantly drop, and you don't have to track them. Makes it a little bit easier. Like I said, real life, that shot really wouldn't work out unless you went through the shoulder blade. It just depends on what animal. But they don't really seem to have one, so might as well take advantage of that. And as far as I know, the bighorn do not have a call, but anyway, you need to carry wind powder, I'd say. Just depends if you're going to like pheasant hunt, you can replace that. But that's really useful because, like, if the wind's blowing at them, they'll only get 80 yards in front of you, and then they'll flee. Especially, this comes in handy if you're bow hunting. You want to carry a predator collar, moose collar, elk collar, then a deer collar, and that seems to be what the most useful loadout is that I've had most luck with. Anyway, and these are just bighorn tracks.
Such a good dog.
And sometimes, if you're not hunting with the dog, then you can try to do like the spot and stalk play style, because you can track animals a little bit if the tracks are recently are fairly fresh, and you can see like the next track once you're at one. You can track animals, but if they're old, then you really can't. But with this playstyle, you can hunt without dogs, and I would advise that, especially if you're bow hunting, when you're stalking animals. Then that's probably the best thing to do, because the dogs will scare the animals off. Also, as we're getting over here, let's see if they've kind of made their way closer. I don't think they're close enough to it. Anyway,
Come here.
also the tent locations. I found most of the stands. Here's one of the stands, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure there's a 5th one, but don't know exactly where that's at. I've got all the tents, so there's one here, 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 and then way down here. Just right there. And all the towers. There's one here, here, and here. I think there might be one more over there that I was looking at. Just haven't got time to go over there.
Come along.
And that big one just made a deer sound. Got something up there. That is, oh, there's an elk. I don't think that was the same one, but it is feeding. So, that could be. They could have crossed the river. That's sort of the direction they were going. Let's just see if they moved any closer. Another technique I've actually used, which is not realistic, especially works with deer. And there's black bear.
That's a good dog.
You can just run through the forest and just randomly call. Deer over there too. I've never seen a mule deer over here. I think that's a muley. Well, I haven't seen them along the river, but I've seen them in this area. So I wonder if these are the same.
Come on.
I don't remember seeing that cow, but it's got must have been behind that hill. Let's do this, and pretty sure they will not. Care, so
stay there.
I'll tell my dog to stay there. I'm trying to get across this river so I'm getting out in the open. Check the wind. So it's going southwest, which is that way, so we should be fine. If it was going that way, then it was really good. So we want the wind in our face. Okay, so these might not be the same elk, I don't know, but you can see, you can still stumble on some other animals while doing this. So one of them should be coming in because they gave a call. That's a big one. Probably still here. Cars have a very short range. Pretty sure this is just a cow. I might be able to make the shot, but I kind of want to show you guys how calling works a little bit. Why is that? This one's going to spook, but should spook the other ones. So he's going to come in. We should bring the bow. Drop a like and leave a comment if you want me to do a bow hunting guide. And what map would it be for? Or it could just be for all maps. That one is running. Now there's the big boy. Yeah. I don't know if it's just me, but I think I've changed something a little bit with the elk racks. I don't know for sure. And when they're walking towards you, you just want to aim right for deer and everything, you know. You want to aim like right there, try to get that heart shot. And I got it.
Come here.
Looks like he's glitching out. What in the world is wrong with his antlers? He died in a tree. Man, that would have been a good picture for this video too. Or the thumbnail. I might stand up on top of a mountain and make a thumbnail like that. Or, I don't know. Well, I think that pretty much covers everything that you need to know about this map. And if I missed anything, please leave a comment and tell me, so I can make sure I don't forget anything next time, or cover it in my next video. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.